Buyani mato, Ubamkhulu Buyani.
Thokoza gogo.
Asukuboni sibona something on top. Angazi uzobushabalele kuphi.
Hayi. Uwe akusiyini.
Mina ngiyabonakala ke.
Mina ngiyakubona.
Asikuboni. I think people say they can't see you, Somizi. Telephone.
Okay, let me send an invite again.
Okay.
Mina ngiyakubona mina.
Yeah, thina mara sukuboni.
Okay, thumele invite.
Sharp. Asimshaya ngenye ingoma. Okay, guys, we couldn't see Somizi, so he's gonna join just now. Oh, there he is. There he is. Yay, baby. Mayadlala mlabalaba. Awudlale mlabalaba. Mayadlala
Ngiyakubona manje.
special Shem.
Why?
Somizi special yazi sithi salindlalela indlela siculela kahle ingoma ejulile yasedlozini. Asukuboni. Mesidlala ngomlabalaba khona uvela.
Bufana bengicule iHebathi Lodge. Yebo.
Ubani manje ongasekho wakini ohamba thanda ulodge?
Akekho.
Ngiyabonga alisukela idlozi.
No,
thank you so much. Yeah?
Ngiyabonga gogo.
Siyabonga, thank you so much for making time and for allowing us to have a conversation with you, because I think the reason I wanted to have a conversation with you, the first time I met you, even though when I kumbuli, it's your days where you were busy being a choreographer, and Bogne show mina I was a storyteller corner. You were choreographing a piece, and then Utandisa was playing, and then no Mom Judith was also playing, and we were sitting backstage all waiting our turns, and you said something that stayed with me. I wasn't a sangoma at the time, but it's a while back, and you said, Guti, it's so easy people seeing what you have become without understanding where you come from, without seeing the work that you put behind, and they want things that are not meant for them, and that we all have our path. And you even said, Guti, I am called to do my work as a dancer and as a choreographer and as a person who's doing other work. And then so you're called into music, but you're also your music genre. It's that and Mom Judith. And you were saying, gimme, because I was Dineo, I wasn't Coco then. And you said, when are you called to do your storytelling is a way in which you can inspire and heal people. And Bengagatwas, it's a long time ago, Ekalaga Estate. It was a corporate event. And I remember those words stayed with me. And I think a lot of us also, we see Abantu out there doing their thing without really understanding what is it that anchors them, what is it that carries them, And for me, people always would be attracted to the flamboyant side of you and how you've actually made other things become more accessible, like issues of African spirituality. But ngifuna ukukhuluma noSomizi, and ngifuna ukukhuluma noSomizi Mhlongo uNjomani uBhebhe, ngifuna ukukhuluma noSomizi uThwala uyena wakakunene uMadonsela, you understand, umnguni lomuhle. So I want to speak to who are you and what is the foundation that has made you be the man that you are namhlanje. Marcos. Marcos.
Yebo. Asikhulume gogo.
Bavukile. Marcos.
Thokoza, asikhulume.
Asikhulume. So in terms of being umuntu omnyama, what is it that identifies you as a black man in this time? So what is it that defines uSomizi as umuntu omnyama? Miss Nate.
I'm a saying all right. What is it that defines uSomizi as umuntu omnyama? I think what defines uSomizi as a black man is the foundation. Foundation plays a huge role, and it's something that I pride myself in terms of having to have seen the day where I am fully proud of who I am and where I come from, my culture, my traditions, my practices. I think I would be no more if I did not find that part of me. And by no more, I don't mean I would be dead. I would still be alive, but I wouldn't be alive. Living. So what defines me is all those things that I know for sure. I have a sense of belonging. I know where I belong. That's the most beautiful thing. I know where I come from, and I know where I'm going, and I know where I'm at. You know, I am conscious of I'm aware of where I'm at and the things that are around me. And before, I didn't know, and I thought I was okay. And we find ourselves trying to define ourselves based on what we were taught or what we were told, and sometimes we don't realize we are like So for me, that is the best gift I could ever have for myself. And like now, the latest gift that I've realized, and no offense to anyone, and I told you that before, and you were shocked one day when you came here. And I said, no, and I said with a smile, with ang funny verse and I'm not against the Bible, and I'm not against anyone who believe in the Bible, but me now. Because I realized me now for myself, for my soul, ukuthi angikho kulela Bible lela bakhuluma ngalo. Angibelongi khona. Where was it before this thing was in existence? I've asked myself those questions, and I found answers. Alikhulumi ngami le Bible. Le Bible kimi likhuluma ezinye izinto that I'm starting to see. My eyes are opening up. Izinto engizibona ukuthi no, bebengakhulumi ngami la, bebekhuluma ngami nami, bebengakhulumi ngami. Bebekhuluma nami, hayi ngami. So mabekhuluma nami bangitshela izinto bona ekufanele ngizilandele ezicreatwe yibo. So mina into ekhuluma ngami, into ekhuluma ngami, amasiko ami ukulayitha impepho, ayibonanga mina eBhayibhelini ukulayitha impepho, ukulayitha impepho. Angibonanga eBhayibhelini ukuthi idlozi la acknowledgewa. Angibonanga leyo part. Idlozi la acknowledgewa, idlozi likhona, idlozi liyaphila. Angibonanga the only part engivumelana nayo ngeBhayibheli ukuthi singakhonzi abanye uThixo, which for me, that for me, I only worship the God above, but I I don't relate to it, but I acknowledge my ancestors with pride. My ancestors are not darkness. My ancestors are not evil. My ancestors are living beings. I am going to be an ancestor one day, and I'll be offended if my sons and daughters, they don't acknowledge me. I'll be mad as hell. So I can imagine what my father had felt before I realized that I need to acknowledge him, my sisters, all the late, my uncles and my grannies and so forth and so on. So for me, that defines me.
I think that's deep, you know, for you to also come out and be unapologetic about what defines me is that I'm a child of God. But in order for me to connect to Creator, I have to connect Nabantu Basekhaya, because denying your ancestral lineage is kind of denying your own existence, because you are, because of Babu Mhlongo. His blood runs in your veins as it is, you know, and probably some of your gifts as a practitioner in the field of your work were passed on by him. But what shifted for wena, Somizi? Because I remember there was a time where there was an article about going to Grace Bible Church, and they said something that was homophobic, and you walked away. So you used to konza iBhayibheli. It used to be your point of reference. What awakened in you that said, this doesn't speak to me anymore, I need to return to who I am?
And I want to clarify that the Grace Bible Church incident is not the reason why. I would have been where I am without it. The Grace Bible incident of that day, where the pastor was just preaching things that are homophobic, that also incite violence as well, that also incite hate. And for me, was like, I'm in a place where I'm Western actually. So I'm not going to sit here. And I didn't storm up. I just stood up and walked. So that incident is just a separate incident. The defining moment for me was really going back and also looking at how we are the most oppressed race in the world, and how oppression and colonization and how our wealth and our minerals were taken from us. They used the Bible. They used the Bible. For me, I also had an awakening with what kind of a book that says, I hit you on the left, you give me your right. You hit me on my left, I will hit you twice, left and right. What kind of a book that says, blessed is the hand that given than the one that taken? Yet the same person that said that took, but did not give. So basically, they were manipulating our minds. For me, that's the explanation that I got. Which manipulating what begala lit what lena sibusisiwe isandla esiphayo than isithathayo. Ngiphe your land, zobona wena. Ngiphe your minerals, ngiphe your gold, ngiphe your beauty, ngiphe your makeup, ngiphe your architectural, your mathematic skills, ngiphe. Basipheni. Next. Sibusisiwe isandla esiphayo. Siphile, siyabusiswa ngani? Next, we are at the bottom of the economic chain in the world. Yeah. We are at the bottom because so that those things for me, no. And then worst part was that all my life, Eden, abelung. All my life, uJesu umlungu. All and I'm like, can't you just put my Africa or put my locals name? And my city, Jerusalem, Ikailam, Lila Ikailam, my city, and then you hear people, but Amadlozi, our existing and Amadlozi, our correct Mari, Sifumelegu Guti, when Uncle Abraham, one got in Kulukulu Bamsong. When uNkulunkulu obo Matthew, when uNkulunkulu obo Maria, why ngathi uNkulunkulu ga Sibusiso, uNkulunkulu ga Putwam uSibanibani? Because nabo bebangabantu abaphilayo. You understand? So for me, it was, where is my sense of belonging? Why am I so bold to say uNkulunkulu wabo-Abraham. Abraham i-ancestor kasambodi, akusi ancestor yami. Akangazi u-Abraham. And it's also unfair on u-Abraham ukuthi sizomenza idlozi lethu sonke. Angagadanga. Kunabantu bakubo Abraham abagadile ayidlozi labo. Mari sibhizi. Ngiyangisuke ngivuke kuseni ngithi mangithanda izidlozi ngithi Vander Merwe. Why? Why ngithi Vander Mhlongo nguthwala? Why ngithi Vander Merwe ngilandela? Why fanele ngilandele? You understand? So if I can't even like why fanele ngilandele Abraham was here 2000 years ago? So that for me was a defining moment. Somizi ubhizi around endaweni eyi-1 kanti abantu bakho bala ubhizi ukugijima uyale abantu bakho bala. So that for me was a defining moment.
Well, I think that's very profound. That was my defining moment too, because Nami, I grew up as a born again Christian. Bengi, I almost became a pastor, but something that didn't make sense was why was unkulu wami timoni? Because I was raised by my maternal grandfather, and it didn't start to make sense. Why manje megashonile seka itimoni, but lo Abraham angemazi, and Abraham agaseko, right? And I was at church Monday to Monday, but this kingdom I kept on seeking, but the riches were not coming. Ganti, where's this kingdom? And I've been serving it in church, and I've been serving it in it. And I think you're right, because people don't understand how I always say, Guti, you know, the Bible was used to colonize Africans. They came with it, and then they took the land and they left us with the Bible. We've always been prayerful people. So it's not a new thing. God is not a new concept to us, because sometimes meskulma with God, because Mama Manje, if you could Google pictures of God, you'll never find a God that looks, you look God white. Those are the dominant pictures. So, which makes it very difficult. And I think for someone like you to be so courageous, Somizi, to come out, because that's why we cannot challenge certain things. Because then everything that, we don't speak as in white people, but white power, whiteness, white privilege, we are unable to challenge it because it's God. And as Africans, we revere uNkulunkulu, siyamhlonipha uNkulunkulu, because we understand ukuthi ufana no baba no mama wethu. So it becomes very difficult for us to challenge people who look like God, because those images, we can't challenge it in workspaces. We can't say, no, excuse me, you can't live in a space, because you'll feel good by going there, you are disturbing their peace. You have to ask for permission. But how does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? Because still sisasaba le image kaNkulunkulu. Sisasaba le image.
Also, you know, like I say, whatever I'm talking about now is about me. I'm not starting a church, Yoguti, people must now change and don't. It's about me and nobody else, me. Because at the end of the day, even twins, they don't die, they're not buried, they're not born at the same time. And even when they die at the same time, they literally don't die at the same time. They are split by a. So it's about individual soul, my soul. My soul, if my soul is at peace with it, so be it. And chances are there's nothing wrong with Bible, but it's how it was used that made me question it. You know what I'm saying? The manipulate, oppress, for bad things that we choose to ignore. Also, again, for me, was a sense of why mang lighting paper funny fish yet see quick getting in my incense or my Indians and see what light is around this drunk and my visitors mawangena with pride. Oh, gunugi lavender. Oh, gunuga in marama looking pepper. Abakulum uzuka Somizi looking pepper. Uzuka Somizi naman to fucking perfume of in pepper. It does the same thing in incense. It's the same thing. So those things bothered me. Why funny fish? Why funny tate is selfie? Need church vibes. A son twenty. Niloku marimango born funny is fish. Anyang yolo muntu. Ang just son twenty silvio standazel. inhlanhla zethu nekhanya kwethu ne-protection nani. It's the same thing when you consult. It's the same thing. When you consult, it's the same thing with ngiyovula indlela zami, ngiyaziprotecta, ngenza so forth and so on. Why? Kufanele ngifihle. Ufihla into esebumnyameni. Akho next emnyama ngale nto engenzayo. Ukuba nendawo yami engiphahla konje ubiza indawo engiphahla kuyo.
Umsamo.
Angazi ngithanda ukuthi indumba.
Angisho uzoba naye.
Umsamo wami wafana ngikhiya ikamera ukuthi bathroom angaboni ukuthi kunomsamo wami. Why? Mara ngiyakwazi ukwenza ishrine enamakhandlela enesithombe sika Jesu we long hair nani bese abantu babayingena ngithi that's my shrine. It's the same. It is the same thing. It's my shrine, sacred space. It's my space where I connect spiritually. We are all connecting spiritually differently, and let no other spirituality be above the other. That's it. No other spirituality. I'm a Hindu, ngiyawahlonipha, nawo mawangihlonipha. I'm a Buddha, ngiyawahlonipha, nawo mawangihlonipha. I'm a Christian, ngiyawahlonipha, mawangihlonipha. Same thing.
No, that's true, and I think for me it takes courage, Somizi, because there's a lot of people who want to keep up with a certain image by denying their own identity because it fits an image. And I've also seen how other people can also be critical, but criticize. Champagne. I remember one time in your show, when fana data. You give it what you are asking from it. You invest in it, and you're one of the few people that I know that you are intentional about investing. Whatever process you're doing, whether when Zoom sevens, you invest in your ancestors because you want the same kinds of returns. So more patla tafula unigukoka sweetie and everything is not being fancy. If you patla, I always say to abantu if you patla, because alcohol is alcohol, it's alcohol, it's fermented beer, it's fermented sorghum. Wine is fermented grapes. Similar as whiskey, similar as champagne. It's fermented something that was turned into an alcoholic beverage because it got fermented, right? So uguti umuntu ati patangege. What if kuno koko vele bega puzi champagne? Because abanye bathi, why you patang champagne? Why uyenza so? What is that for you? Because I want you to speak about ugushuti mo umuntu when you respect your culture, because people think ukuthi mesikhuluma ngeculture abantu abamnyama sikhuluma nge-1856. Yeah, understand? Because we understand ukuthi sibuye ebukhosini. So our ancestors wear leopard skins that have right now leopard, anything that is of royal ubukhosi bethu ngoba sazalwa amakhosi namakhosikazi.
True. And for me, even if Belingeki was put champagne, I believe you give what you would also have. That for me is important. If noma udonate impahla or uphisana ngokudla, awuphisani ngokudla ngekudla. Awuphisani ngempahla ngokuyigqoke at that time.
Wow.
For me, that's how it works. If ngiphisana ngempahla ngizokupha lempahla le engiqeda ukuyithenga maybe izolo or last week or last month, or even ngiyithenga 3 years ago, it's still in a condition that if ungathi ngachange my mind ngizoyigqoka manje. Nokudla, the other day I was from work and ngiphethe isikhaftini engasidlanga emsebenzini, so driving back home last week bengine chicken mayonnaise nesinkwa iloaf white nje ebese ihafukile, and ngilongifunana nabantu engizobapha emarobotini but angibathola before ngifike endlini bese ngilamba, and ngayivula ngakha ngathela esinkweni ngadla emotweni long drive, and it felt so good ukuthi lo muntu lo bengizomisa out into emnandi so angiphanga ukudla bengengimupha ukudla okuze cishe kuzobola ithi ngimuphe kona. No, same thing. Ungaliphi into ngekuzuyidle, like abantu bacanga ukuthi amadlozi are cheap or the lowest of the bottom. Hayi noma ungahlaba inkukhu chomi uthenge isiqo se-100 rand ibhanana eli-1 no uzothola amabhanana ayi-2 empilweni yakho azokupha umphi ibhanana eli-1 uzokupha amabhanana ayi-2 eli-1 selizobola futhi mangibeka i-champagne ngiyabatshela ukuthi yazi nifike kule mpilo ye-champagne you contributed to it so eningiphe yona nanizwe la nikhona izwana into engiphe yona ngizoni ene mangiqeda ukuyibeka lo champagne noma ngibeka i-fruit i-apple ngizoluluma kusasa following day ngizothi siyashera anginipoison futhi ngizasho ukuthi mhlawumbe kunomamkhulu osenathi mhlawumbe onekwalinyana oshonile ukuthi that's where it comes from for me ukuthi if I could even put a car if I could I could put a car or build them a house and say but it doesn't go that way but that's how far and that's what people should do you invest give it data umsebenzi wenkukhu nomsebenzi wembuzi nomsebenzi wemvu nomsebenzi wenkomo awufani inkomo you are really saying hayi ningenzele man hayi ningenzele ngiphindeni times 2 and manje ngiphinda times 2 zonishayela ezi2 inkomo and abantu bese bayacomplain bese bagcina bathi 12
yeah
bagcina bathi why uzathanda ukwenza umsebenzi so sharp mina ngizoqhubeka ngenza umsebenzi.
But it's interesting because people do offerings all the time, right? They offer to the church, but it's offering tithe, right? But the minute we do it, we are called names, vele. And I think it's another mindset when Somizi, because people batanduguti, the minute they see a black child thrive outside mainstream religion, batutwele.
Yeah.
Because Anisho, you are not attached to a particular pastor who has blessed you on Janjan. But when you are being blessed because you are in alignment with your ancestors. You are being blessed because you are connected to them, but you also give what you are asking of them. And I love that whole thing, Guti. Give them what you also have, because they don't deserve crumbs of the bread. They deserve a whole new full bread. Mo pegi le bega is 7 colors. Lapo emsamo, they eat first, because the whole concept, when we have a ceremony, we give them first everything before we eat. Before we eat, we say you are deserving of eating. Before we drink, we give them to drink. So Guti, you also want to give the things that you are wanting for yourself. But I like the whole idea of saying we are paying it forward. We are paying it forward. People say, guys, I know, Somizi, I mean, I've got people who are everywhere in the world, and sometimes they don't understand the scene too. But I'm going to say for tonight, open your heart, open your heart. You will listen to what Somizi is saying, because certain things are very difficult to articulate in English. They are very difficult. And when you are trying to express yourself, sometimes the best way you can explain these processes is through your own language. When I come back and speak to those things, I will try speaking English. Sometimes I'm looking for other things. So where do you think it comes from, when Somizi, this whole idea of abantu abamnyama, when they do it? Now you've had it, now I've had it. I remember when I was at Metro and I was sitting with you outside. I'm just disturbed. Some people started writing stuff about Ngitwele, because it's either Utwele Somizi, or you are corrupt, right? Or you are sleeping with someone to get where you are, because black success is not familiar to us. The minute we see one of our own thrive, we become disturbed and we think there's no way. You haven't worked hard. You have not been connected to the right sources, meaning your ancestors and God. You have not been doing the right things. It should have been manipulation. Where do you think that comes from? Guti abantu batwele ba corrupt or ujola nobani?
Sadly, it comes from oppression. We were brainwashed and trained and programmed to believe we only belong up to a certain standard. And oppression has messed us up so much that we we need to find something to console ourselves.
Wow.
The reason why Udineo are successful is only through negative stuff. We were not programmed to believe that hard work really pays off. Determination really pays off. Persistence really pays off. Perseverance pays off. Passion pays off, and so forth and so on. We were programmed that way. Uguti, the only way for us to be successful is through negative stuff, corruption, sleeping your way to the top, drug. That is why a black person, even other races, when they see a successful black person, he has to be investigated for them to be okay with it. They can't just say, wow, you did well, you're doing well, man. Even other races. So it's being a worldly thing that we don't deserve to be on top. We and you look at places like in America as well, one can stomach the success of a black American. And find ways, either they investigate, check if everything is legit, or they find ways to bring him down or head down. I can give you a few examples. There were in the 80s, there were great athletes, Marion Jones, something Johnson, and so forth and so on. They were the first in the world, but they were black, and sometimes also too black for their liking. They were dark skinned. So there's no with us is kind of light skinned. Maybe it's our genes that make us successful. No, bamnyama. So they made sure they work on their downfall, and they succeeded. Whether they were wrong or not wrong, Bona, because Baba told for doping. And that doping could have been manufactured for all we care. That doping could have been Caster Semenya, for instance, same example. Careful that she is probably careful even when taking a drink from anywhere, even at the hotel, because they could spike it, and then the following week they test it to find her downfall, because she's too good. She's too good to be. She's too black to be good. So, and then Serena Williams. Serena Williams has been the most tested tennis female player in the history of tennis.
Wow.
More than Navratilova, Nabo Sharapova, Nabo Banban. Because she's too good for them. So bringing it back here, Ekaya. Bringing it back like Ekaya, it's that lobster mentality. Have you seen lobster? Have you seen a lobster? Mawagi tank.
Yeah.
Ayenzani. Actually, we tank. Ayenzani ama lobster. Adonsela pants.
Yeah. I crash alana pants.
We as black people have the lobster mentality. I call it the lobster mentality because lobsters, master thinking, they don't realize that if they could all stand still, they could all breathe. They could all breathe. The aim is not to be on top. The aim is for all of us to breathe. They could all breathe. But I don't and then I we've got that lobster pull him down, pull head down syndrome. And it's not our fault. That I can tell you for free. It's not our fault. We were programmed to fight against each other, to hate against because it makes it easier for the enemy to not even fight us and let us fight each other. From the way the infrastructure, the architectural structures because we are congested. Izinto zethu so amajardi angaka. The gate zila yonke into ila mawuphuma egeyitini ufuna ukubheka imoto bheka esabafini mawuphuma ungaphuma egeyitini bese uyawalka before ufike eskontirini mawu ineighbor yakho uyazi ngoba ufuna ukuyazi thina ineighbor yakho whether uyafuna ukuyazi or awufuna ukuyazi uzoyazi because ukuthi ineighbor what everything yenzeke next door next door base everything yenzeka la no ungafundi bayazi so that creates hate because sometimes your neighbor does things that you feel when you are underachieved you have underachieved so even from structure sethu senzele lokho sizondane yonke into congested and a movement of physicality movement of everything yonke into ila so that creates frustration so it's not our fault but we can't get ourselves out of that and now we need to unfortunately for us we'll never see the day where Africa is united and little do we know ukuthi Africa is the most powerful continent in the world. The most powerful continent. But basihlukanise ngamabongo ngoba bayazi. And then South Africa. Siyazondana and banibula per country. All Europeans and Asians, they are nibbling in our continent. Kancane separately. Basihlukanisile. Why bafaka amaborder?
Yeah.
Amaborder wafaka ngayithi. After colonists, our border. If you look at the wealth that we have as Africans, each country has something that Europeans have taken, or Americans have taken, or Asians have taken, and they're owning it now. They've made us believe. So the hatred is deeper than just nje. It's a process that we need to make it go viral. Guys, stop it. It's pointless thinking when the stopper just the trolls on Twitter and that's it. No, it's bigger than that. I look at where I am now and I'm like grateful I'm a guy. I'm a man. Had I been a woman and being this successful, it was going to be a different story. But also, as a guy, there are other people who will find something. Somizi Somizi connections, and they choose to skip the parts that they know. They see me when I don't sleep. When I travel from, I 6 cities in one day, and then they'll have deliberate amnesia. So at this point, the only way is to on the prize and just run with it. Because if you worry about Utibagotini, then you are taking yourself back. Yeah, but so hayi mina angithi ngiyabona ukuthi ngenzani ngenza idols ngenza ivuzu ngenza metro ngenza in and then also you must the only thing that keeps me going is that I would rather have people talking about me because of my success than talking about me because of my failure and my downfall. Wow. Because they are going to talk when you are down and they are going to have the last nail on your coffin. So I would rather be that aeroplane that they talk about than be that end that they talk about.
Wow. Yo, I think like it deep, you know, and I see you. I know how hard you work. I even tell you sometimes that you need to rest. You need to rest. But we and that's the thing at Avantambia, to make it, we need to work 10 times harder than other races. Because I was saying even to people to say that we can all stay afloat until a certain time during the quarantine, but you can easily move as a black person from middle class to, you know, to a working class very quickly. because you continuously have to generate income. You don't have built up wealth over a period of time. And what you're also doing is trying to generate wealth for your child. And that's very true, because you look still how we associate anything negative with blackness. Black Twitter, for example. What does Black Twitter do? It would be nice if we speak of Black Twitter where I go to hashtags where Black people are being celebrated for being excellent, where Black people are being celebrated for being great. Rather, instead, we go there to see who has messed up, who is trending for a mistake, or who you know, we troll each other and we call it Black Twitter. And we are so proud of it as Black people to say, yo, I'm shy Somizi go Black Twitter, Bambambu Koko this time go Black Twitter. Instead of saying, have you heard, Kuti, there's a new person on the blog, there's a new artist who is doing good. Why can't we speak on Twitter about our celebration? Because you could even see when people are being celebrated, there'll be among us a group of us who want to find a mistake. Like you say, people choose to have temporary amnesia. They forget that you move from one city, and no matter how many times you can tell us what we do, but we'll still have to find something else. So we really need to decolonize ourselves, because we can speak about what colonization did, but if we don't do anything. And one thing that I appreciate about you, Somizi, is how you celebrate other people, like the joy in your face. I saw when you posted Boiti's cover, yeah, Glamour magazine, and not a lot of people can do that. You know, you've got 3 million of your people, bam, watching what Boiti does. Even the people who might not know her, even, you know, we all know she's well known, but you always, somebody will do something great, bam, you say it. I was talking to my mom, and my mom said, you said at the wedding, and my mom was like, hey, wait, but it's not. And I was like, it's not what it's about, but it's about you celebrating your fellow Black people, because we need to learn to uplift each other. You need to be unapologetic about it. You know, this is the man who has found me property. This is, and I've seen it in your show, how you bring other Black people who can offer quality services to say, this is whom that serves me. This is a person, so that we can spread the word of greatness. Because if we don't uplift each other and waiting for colonizers, I mean, it benefits. It benefits the system as it is. It benefits those people who want it to stay intact. We need to do something about it. We can't wait.
And you know, for me, it doesn't take anything away from me by saying congrats to so and so, or by helping somebody to push their product or whatever. And that's how I know why I'm blessed. That's how I know the universe, most of the time, not all the time, does not give you what you don't give. The universe operates. And people that troll people, or that criticize not in a constructive way, or bash other people, I understand they're at that place, because you will have to be at your lowest and at your darkest for you to be vital. You know, I want to say to them, little do you know, the cure to your happiness and to your success is in your heart. Just open your heart and let your heart be pure. Blessings do not land on spaces that have stains.
Ooh, say that again. Please repeat that.
Blessings do not land on places that have stains.
Blessings do not land on spaces that have stains. Deep.
Yes, they don't. I'm a blessings. I was on Ngola. Koko, I was on Ngola. Blessings. I find indawo pure. I find indawo clean. You know, and people don't realize that they could be the reasons why their blessings are not coming. They are blocking them by wishing somebody block, by saying horrible things that are going to make somebody else lose their sleep and their peace. You are blocking your blessings. Just when the blessings you feel until you get clean, you achieved. So people don't realize that they are sitting on their blessings. And that's how it operates. We are living in a physical world spiritually. Whether we like, we are living, this is physical, but we are living, the reason why this exists is because of the spirit. Whether it's evil spirit. It's still a spirit. So you choose which spirit you want to live in. That's it. And if you choose a dark spirit, you are going to attract dark things. You are going to dark. Why is it? What makes our relationships work? Isn't chemistry, right? So why funeke I white if I light if a chemistry in dark? Why? No, ayifuni ziyamatch khona black and white mawugqokile mara sikhuluma in the spiritual world azimatch they fight each other. So you choose which spirit you want to live in, and that's it. And also, before Nkotla, talking about black on black, we have ranks. Ne? Black men are on top, ne? Followed by black women, ne? And then followed by other sexualities like lesbians, homosexuals, gays, transgenders, blah, 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 in terms of the oppression and the discrimination and the unfairness and the inequalities and so forth and so on, right? Look at who oppresses who the most. Are the ones at the bottom. Same thing. Black people are at the bottom in terms of equality and so forth and so on, and they oppress each other. Ne? Now, let's take it back to blacks only. Black men, black women, and then black other sexualities. Ne? Look at, do you know what there's homophobia within the homosexual community?
I didn't know that.
There's classism. Acabang ukuthi better than amanye ama-gay. Kunama-gay acabang ukuthi are more educated and they're classier than other gays. Ama-gay aselokishini, I can't deal. I'm like, dude, makungathiwa no homosexuals allowed. Bayasibala endaweni. Can you focus on that? And then black people, makungathiwa no blacks allowed. Basibala sonke. Whether umutsipe or Khosa or uDinewo or uNomvula or uNtomfuthi, basibala sonke. Russia, but racist. uRamaphosa uyosindela ukuthi ufika ne-security nani mara still abamfuni because ukuthi president ayifuni bona. Then we go to women. Guys, you will never win this war. Women are the worst, most self-hatred people I've ever come across. Niyazondana. Niphelana phansi as black women. Look at the criticism that goes on social media. It's women on women. How do you expect to win the war against gender-based violences, abuse, inequality at the workspaces? Women find pride to be the only woman in the boardroom. They find pride. You know, I'm the only woman in the boardroom. And then to be a Connie intern, is it a girl, is it a woman or a man? And it makes them feel better. You know, you look at I'll give an example. Women like there's this young girl now, Umihlali. You know Umihlali? Girl, Umihlali, poor girl, she's suffering for being too pretty.
Oh, I remember you told me about her. Yes.
Yeah, I'll show you the picture. Like
you
even today, trending today because who posted a promoter a drag show and a drag. They are attacking her for why aren't into some drags? Why aren't the girl is hustling.
Isn't that girl who performed at your wedding?
No.
Okay.
She's a makeup artist. She's suffering for just being too pretty. And who attacks her? Women.
Black women.
Black women. Boyfriend could be successful today. Bonang could be successful today. Pearl 2C just got a renewal on Netflix. They attacked her. Why would Netflix give it a second try if she wasn't good? If she's not good for you, then move to another channel. It means the certain audience that are enjoying the show, that the numbers, they didn't lie, that they made it a second season. So when among my time is so fun and I think I time is okay, why the hate? Why can't you just move swiftly along? Black women hate each other. They oppress each other. And I'll give another example of black women hating each other. You find your man with another woman. Before you even ask, you are taking the woman. Awubuzanga ukuthi bayazana, awumazi qala. Yabona if bowumazi, it's a different story. Awumazi umadibuseng. Awumazi. Awubuzanga next. Ushaya umntana abantu niyalwa nidonsana ngamawiki. Indoda yenzeni imile. It's the same mentality.
Ithatha video.
Exactly. It's the same mentality of other races looking at us fighting. That's the perfect example. Indoda is that divide and rule. Trapana nodwa. Awubuzanga next. Awufika ngobuza ukuthi sisi uyazi ukuthi lo muntu lo nomuntu. Chances are you've never been mentioned. Mara niyagupana nidonsana ngamawiki nizanezana. Self-hate. So it's very deep, you know. It's very deep, but it doesn't make us stop to trying to make the world a better place, one person at a time.
Yes, and because we've got 1 minute remaining, and I think you touched on some very crucial things, because you spoke about the people at the bottom trying to pull others to come to that level. You know, when you gave us that hierarchy. I want to come back just for 5 to 10 minutes. So Somizi, just your words of encouragement. How can we as Black people move together towards unity? How can we start to uplift each other? Because we are not going to wait for our colonizers to liberate us. We need to be liberated. Just some few tips. I'm going to be back in a few minutes because says Pelilis cut.
Cool.
Wow.
Malume